Happy spring equinox! Satnam and hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are on this beautiful planet. I'm wishing you a beautiful, blessed spring equinox. I have my window open because the air it smells like spring. It smells like spring and it makes me so happy, even though it's cloudy and it's been raining all day. It smells different. The air smells different. The day feels different. And that really goes to show that we are at a Pisces season and we are into Aries season of the Ram. Happy astrological New Year. Yay! It's right around the corner with our Aries new moon. It's right around the corner, our astrological New Year. And it's exciting. To those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. Welcome to Opal Rose Oracle. My name is Adeshpurankaur, and it is an honor and a privilege to be here with all of you, especially during these uncertain times, these quickly evolving times. So today, we're going to do a reading. I have a plan for classes tomorrow. I'm actually starting a little schedule for this channel of how I think things are going to flow in the future. And I'll lay that out some other time. I got my sage here. I meditated before I even got on here. I mean, me personally, I have a daily practice that I do no matter what. So that is definitely completed. But when I get on here, I always do a pre-reading meditation to make sure that I'm aligned, I'm tuned in, I'm tapped in, I'm turned on to the highest vibration of love. Because as many of you know, my intentions for this channel is to uplift, to love, to create a community for us beautiful, beautiful spiritual beings having a human experience. So for you, set that off to the side. It feels so good. It feels so, so, so good. So, before we get started with the reading, I am going to play the gong. I'm going to clear the energy, sense and healing vibrations. And then we'll start with the fairy decks and see what our angels and spirit guides have to say for us, especially in light of everything that's going on, as we're all allowing ourselves to heal or stay healthy. Let's continue that with vibration. So relax, close your eyes, and take a deep breath and allow the waves of the gong to wash over you as it cleanses me, you, the space. Take a deep breath in. Release gracefully. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I hope you're all doing well. I've been having really crazy dreams. Like every night, I'm going to schools, I'm visiting people, I'm traveling to places, I'm at campsites, I'm in the forests, I'm having people come visit me, I'm having people relate their intentions to me. There's a lot in the dream world going on right now. So with all these changes going on, I'd highly encourage you to pay attention to your dreams, see what spirit during our, deep theta time, time of deep rest, what's coming through. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's this Aries energy. All right, let's call in our angels, our guides. All right, taking a deep breath in. I call in our angels, archangels, guardian angels, spirit guides, ancestors, gods and goddesses, beings of love, light, healing, truth, success, healing, those who love and support us unconditionally through all time, space, and dimension. Be with us, guide us, and give us clear and concise messages for the collective for their highest good and the good of all involved. So I will say, as I was getting my cards out, the Nine of Pentacles was just kind of laying up, face up, staring at me. I'm like, okay, abundance, blossoming abundance, what we're working on. What are we working on? What's coming into bloom? I know there's a lot of fun things that I'm working on right now in this quarantine time, and it's a great time for it. It's a great time to be cultivating our passions, what we're good at, our talents, what we bring to the world. Because it's going to be in use, especially once we get out of here. Things are just going to be blossoming. Maybe intense times, but we're in it together. So we will thrive. All right, fairies, what messages? Oh, okay, I've got a little book. We have 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. I got teamwork to make the dream work coming through my mind space. As you can see, she's weaving her basket. She's got little mice friends, and they're kind of helping. She's busy at work. Because 8 leads to 9, and 9 leads to 10, and that's our fulfillment. So this is, the partnerships and the cooperation and the steady progress towards the dream. And it came out with the Knave of Cups, the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Emperor reverse, and the Empress in reverse. So the Knave of Cups could be a child, could be a young water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or it could be an immature energy. It's young, hasn't had time to grow up, so it could be new emotions, or there could be some immature energy around. We have the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in reverse. So she's a passionate queen. She's not, I don't know if she's looking at it. I've got like a bunch of different things that want to like come out of my mouth all at the same time. One being Are we not moving forward in our passions? Are we not nurturing our passions? Do we need to be nurturing our passions? Because queens are nurturers. And the wands, this is fire energy, this is passion, this is inspired action, this is motivation and drive and nurturing it. So I ask us the question is that, are we nurturing our passions in a mature way? Especially with this Knave of Cups. Now there could be some immaturity in like a group setting, in like a cooperation in circles, and perhaps because we have the Emperor and the Empress together, which I would love for them to be upright. That's like power couple. The Emperor being the Aries card. Powerful. But not just powerful, he's wise. He's mastered all of the qualities of the kings. The King of Air, the King of Swords, the King of Earth, the King of Pentacles, the King of Water, the King of Cups, the King of Fire, the King of Wands. All the qualities of those kings an emperor's mastered. And the Empress, the Queen of the Harvest, who has mastered all the ways that one can nurture, all the ways of the queens. Intuitive, the mother of all, life-bearing, fruitful, abundant. There's a strength in these two. And they're coming out in reverse. We'll see. Why are the Emperor and Empress in reverse? What other messages, fairies, do you have to clarify? Okay. We have Six of Cups, the card of nostalgia. The card of almost being like in two places at once emotionally. Like where you are and where you've been. And there's a lot of reminiscing, and there's a lot of time right now to reminisce. So many of us may be reminiscing on what's passed us by, on where we've been and where we want to go. Because what came out with it was death and the Hermit. Which, death, I'm so glad to see this because this speaks of a transformation, necessary transformation in rebirth. And the Hermit going within, seeking wisdom, really, 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 God, it's Scorpio energy, it's Virgo energy. But it's a pretty clear and concise message, is that we want to move forward. We want to nurture our passions. We want to be the power couple. There is certain transformations of self that need to occur for this to happen. I love how the light of the moon and the light from his lamp blends together in this art. Like the light that he's created for himself is one with the moon cycles, one with intuition, one with the cycles of nature, because he's gone within and he's listened and he's done the deep work. He's listening to what's leaving and the death cycles that certain aspects of his life have had to gone through, and he's allowed life to rise up in its stead. Death and transformation is necessary for rebirth, for growth. Out with the old, in with the new, and this is old ways of being, old ways of thinking, old ways of working, old ways of communicating, old ways of relating to each other, and seeking new ways to truly rule from the heart, rather than from a place of greed, from a place of lack mentality, or wanting to control or dominate, from a place of true wisdom. Kind of like the ideologies of King Arthur and the reason why he made the table round, so that everyone could see one another and speak their piece equally. Yeah. It's not to say that the Emperor and Empress won't be upright. They most certainly will, but there is certain death and transformation that needs to occur. Yeah, Fairy Farewell came out. Fairies clever, fairy bright, from garden, wood, and pond. You shed your glorious light. Many thanks for helping me find a path that's true and right. Fairy Farewell. And when I get the Fairy Farewell cards, it really is confirming the idea that something must leave now. It could be a person, it could be a place, it could be a thing, it could be a way of being, a way of seeing, a way of relating. With that being said, to gain, we have to let go. It's like having your hands already full. And then someone's like, hey, can I give you something? I want to give you something. And you're like, my hands are already full. I can't even take it. Like, even if I want to take it, I can't. Because my hands are already full. So you have to let go of something. You have to make a choice. You have to go, what do I need to put down so that I can receive? And yeah, I mean, it's not easy, but it's always worth it. These divine upgrades are always worth it. Any other messages, fairies, for the collective? Queen of Cups. This is a time to use our intuition, to tune into our heart and our emotions, and ground them, go deep with them. Because she has fins, she has the capacity to go deep within the waters and truly gain mature understanding. She can nurture herself and her emotions so that she can do things that make her feel good and strong and powerful. And this is a time for self-care, for building our immune systems up, taking our daily vitamins, going for walks, or however you like to exercise and move your body. Do things that bring you joy. Do things that fill up your cup, that really nurture yourself, body, mind, and soul. Eating foods that nurture you, body, mind, and soul, that make you feel uplifted when you consume them rather than heavy. We're getting into spring, so we're also coming into a harvest season. So we are going to have more fruits, more vegetables available. So even in this time of trial, hey, at least we're coming out of winter, when we've been having to eat off of savings and food that's been saved for such months. We are coming to a time where things are growing again. So there is going to be plenty. I guess that was necessary. Not so much having to do with the Queen of Cups energy, but food is a very, let food be your medicine and medicine be your food. I really don't want to butcher that quote. Who said that? It was Hippocrates. I thought so. I thought it was Hippocrates. Sorry, I wanted to double check and make sure that was Hippocrates before I just said, oh, Hippocrates said that. Okay. But I don't know, I probably shouldn't doubt myself. I really, really enjoyed Greek and Latin philosophy. I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix my phone right now. There we go. Thank you for your patience. We're still in the Mercury Grid shadow period, and sometimes my phone likes to misbehave. Yeah, this is a time of intuition and really embracing this hermit time so that we can make the proper transformations, that we can say farewell, that we can, rather than approaching situations like a Knave of Cups with immature emotions, and we really look at things with a sense of wisdom, a sense of intuition, really letting our crown, those little tentacles and feelers, let our perception, let the information that's coming in right now really, really digest, really resonate, and really feed us so that we can move forward in strength and confidence. I'm going to jump over to the Goddess Tarot and see if there's any messages for us from this deck. Any messages of the collective? Show us clearly. Yes. Okay, we have a confirmation. Queen of Cups popped out. So yeah, intuition, nurturing ourselves, filling up our cups. I almost said being prepared. And there is a lot of preparedness. There are a lot of people that are preparing on a lot of different levels, but this is almost like an intuitive preparedness. Like we're clearing out and we're doing these transformations and we're letting go because our bodies and our minds and our souls are being upgraded, divinely upgraded. And as we go through these upgrades, we need to listen to our intuition. We need to listen to our bodies. We need to fill ourselves up, rest, get plenty of nurturance in its various forms, because there's many, many ways to nurture ourselves. It's not just naps and baths. Those are extraordinarily important and have their place in the balance, but it's also exercising and taking time to be creative and play and do some work towards your goals, do some research. Queen of Cups steps. Okay. So we had the Ten of Cups, or not the Ten of, well, not the Ten of Cups. I don't know why I said the Ten of Cups, but the Ten of Staves, the Ten of Wands, letting go of what was heavy. Seeking the sun. Maybe it was the end of one passion project and the end of another, because the Ten of Wands came out with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is like, I'm getting this, like, putting so much effort in and not getting what you deserve back. So letting go of dynamics and situations where your effort, your passion was not yielding the abundance. Like, the easiest thing I can think of off the top of my head is massage therapists. Fair pay for them is $1 a minute. You get 60 minutes of them, working through your muscles, and you give them $60 and it's an equivalent exchange. But then you have all of these chains and companies that don't pay therapists what they're worth. They give them half of what they deserve and keep the rest of themselves, rather than finding a win-win. And so someone in that situation, this therapist in that situation, has to go, okay, I have to make a decision. I can either put all my time and energy into this current situation that is heavy and it's not giving me what I deserve, or I can look somewhere else. I can drop this. I can say, okay, enough's enough. I know that I can go make what I'm worth over here, and I'm going to go shift my energy, shift my focus, and go do and go be in a place where the equal exchange and reciprocity is there. And this could be anyone. Heck, teachers, not just like teachers in schools who not only teach kids, but almost like they help raise them. If a kid's in school for like 8 hours a day, 8 hours of a waking day, just like a job, those teachers help raise those kids. And they don't get paid nearly enough for it. And so we, the people, have been speaking of like, hey, we need to like pay these people more. What they're doing is of such great value. So we're looking at what fills our cups, what truly makes us happy, so that we can let go of situations that are heavy and not giving us what we deserve. We can really get clear on that too, even though no swords have come out. There's a clarity that can come within the heart. Angels, archangels, any other messages for the collective? Any other messages? Woo! Okay, we have the Prince of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles coming out together. So, nurturing what we do want to harvest. There's a lot of nurturing energy right now. Nurture ourselves in the physical as well as the emotional. Because there may be new opportunities coming in to create abundance. And we have to let go of one job to get another, one lifestyle to receive another. Any other messages for the collective? messages. Okay. Four of staves popped out. So this is my 1111 soul partnerships, whether you want to call them twin flame or divine partnership. This is also coming together for success, for long-term commitment. In a way, it's also a victory, but it's also like the union of the masculine and feminine, the receptive energies and the giving energies. You're like, the sun is shining over the union between the masculine and feminine. This doesn't necessarily have to be a person in your life. This could very much be the energies within you. We have a right side and a left side. We have our receiving hands, our receiving hand and our giving hand. You know, to be receptive is to be very yin, to be in the feminine. But when we're giving, when we're putting out energy, it's very masculine. And there has to be a balance and a coming together. And when the masculine and feminine energies are very balanced and whole and married, for a greater sense of the word marriage, when those energies are married, they create new life, new kundalini rising, that energetic, or if you forgive me if I drop in topics that I then have to go and explain. So kundalini energy, a lot of people are familiar with it. A lot of people are still learning that masculine, feminine energy. Kundal, curl means curl. And it's like the lock of the beloved. So kundalini doesn't mean snake. It's the curl of the lock of the beloved. Like a lock of curly hair. And it sits at the base of our spine. And when our energetic systems trigger it, and many things can trigger a kundalini awakening, sitting down too fast can hypothetically trigger an awakening, as well as yoga meditation, many other things. But when the energy rises and your nervous system, it's not fun. The after effects are incredible, but when you're in the midst of a kundalini awakening, sometimes it feels like a panic attack. Sometimes it feels like a whole revamp of the nervous system, where your nervous system is on fire and you're shaking and your body's going through tremors, and you feel like this electrical current zip up your spine and sometimes in your skull and in your eye. I've had a couple, and they're intense. And I highly suggest having people who can truly, truly hold space for you in those times of kundalini awakening. It's just super helpful to have love and support when those energies meet, rise up and kind of reframe and shift everything. So there is a union, a balance, a marriage of energies, especially when we let go of things that are heavy, when we step into our worth, when we nurture what is going to bring us great harvest. You have the Queen of Swords coming out, so using discernment. We have our three brains, our intuition and our gut, our heart, our connection to the divine, and our analytics, where we discern. So here's our analytics. I'm not surprised that we have the Queen of Pentacles nurturing like that groundedness, our heart, the water, and in the air. We have earth, water, and air right now, and all in the feminine, all in the receptive. She's got her sword of truth, her sword of discernment, and she has it almost like a cane, like it's here, it's pointed down. I'm not like up and ready to use it. She's not up and ready to use it. She's not like this. She's sitting on her throne, hand down, like, okay, looking straight ahead. She's got her mind about her. And as she's grounded and as she's discerning and receptive to the messages coming in, she uses her mind to make clear decisions, nurturing the mind space, nurturing our thoughts, keeping our thoughts not fakely positive, but uplifting and supportive. Like, say you're doing 25 push-ups and you're on 23 and you know you have 2 more and you're shaking and it's really hard. Rather, when you want to say, oh my God, I don't think I can do it, it's when you say, I can do it, we got this, only 2 more. It's when you combat those negative thoughts, those thoughts that like speak against your success, and say, ba 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 ba, back in the closet. We can do this. We got this. We're here to support ourselves, because a lot of us, myself included, have mental merry-go-rounds, and sometimes they're really supportive, sometimes they're not. And when my mental space gets really critical and harsh, or unforgiving or stubborn, I have to go within and be like, hey, like, is this really serving me? Am I seeing the situation clearly? And then when I reevaluate and kind of come back to that neutral place where I'm like, okay, this is the facts. This is how I feel about it. Now I'm grounded and I'm in this middle place. And then solutions start happening. And it's important. It's important to be balanced with this groundedness. We have the King of Pentacles. Because when we nurture our thoughts, we nurture our emotions, and we nurture our groundedness in what we're working towards, we're going to come out on top. We're going to come out on top as the king. The King of Pentacles, the King of Bounty. He governs his kingdom, and it's a fruitful kingdom. There's enough for everyone within his kingdom, because he makes sure of it. He goes through and he listens to his queen. He looks at the situation. His citizens are in, and everyone's fed. So this could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy in your life, or it could be asking us to really stand strong and be grounded. So, keeping the balance. Keeping the balance. This is a beautiful reading. Beautiful reading. Letting go and transforming. Being very receptive so that when we move forward, it is bountiful. Be aware of how you spend your money during this time. Princess of Pentacles in reverse. So we have the Prince and Princess of Pentacles, the masculine giving and the feminine upside down, the receiving, the nurturing. Her focus is on the coin, the gift, her wealth, but there's a immaturity to it. I'm getting a message of being careful on spending on luxury right now, just practicality. There's a practicality to this time and a balance between giving and receiving. So I'm going to jump. We'll see if there's one last message, one last overarching message. Four Pentacles. Fours are about stability. So and foundation. Really, really sitting back, honoring what you have and honoring what you want to invest in when you move forward. That's really what I'm getting from this card right here. She's got 3 in front of her. She knows that these are potential. She's got one. She's like, how do I want to invest? How do I want to invest? So there's this sitting back and seeing how we want to invest our time, our thoughts, our energy to bear the most fruit. It's a lot of analytical, like third dimensional sorting going on right now. I'm feeling called to the Light Your Way Oracle, so I'm going to jump on here. Whoa, okay. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Play, have fun and celebrate. Don't be so serious. Transformation, and yes. So for the spring equinox and energy heading into the new moon, there is this sense of answering the call of your heart, letting go of those half-baked dreams where your heart's not really in it. What does your heart and soul want us to do? And in this discovery, like, have fun and play. It's going to just expand the inspiration that will come in. Because, you know, there's children's work is play, is a phrase that I grew up with. And when children play, they explore boundlessly areas of their minds, the areas around them. They even turn the areas around them into magical places. It's like when a hole in the tree was a portal to a magical world, or The deer path in the woods led to a secret castle. Or that fort in your room was a tent on the Sahara Desert. There were all these ways that we played and used our imagination and traveled to so many different places as children. When we play, we can access information that we otherwise would be in too rigid of a place to really receive. Because we're transforming right now. Things are changing at a cellular level. We're deep healing. This is death and hermit time for the collective. We're transforming. We are healing and changing and transforming on a cellular level. And joy, the joy that comes from playing and doing what we love and doing what fills up our cups, is answering your soul. It really is. Your inner child is an integral part of your soul. It's beautiful. And say yes. Say yes to you. Say yes to your joy. Say yes to what your soul is crying for and yearning for and is begging you for. Say yes to your dreams. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful messages. Now, I'm going to jump into our animals, see what our animals have to say for us. Antelope spirit 2, life is speeding up. Things are changing quickly. There's this, I almost feel the wind running through his fur as this antelope. It's just like running through the fields of Africa, the plains, just running. There's going to be a time soon and very soon where we're going to be called into action. So now is an important time for receptivity, because life is speeding up to the number of partnership of decisions. 23, which boils down to 5, which speaks to change, being in the middle, but the eagle spirit has your back. We are called to be eagles. We are called to be leaders. We are called to be light and love. Spirit has our back as things are speeding up. We are supported. We, not just by the angels and our ancestors and the beings that love us, but also by the people around us, whose spirit often uses as conduits of his love and blessing. Horse, card number 33, 6, freedom is yours. The past has no power over you anymore. Freedom is yours. To claim it, to move forward. And as you move forward, remember the wisdom of the armadillo spirit. Card number 3, so we have 333 on the board. Armadillo is set healthy boundaries. Listen to your body, know when to be able to show your vulnerability and when to have strength, when to say yes, when to say no. Because protecting your energy is really important right now. And card number 36, 9, koi fish, there is always enough. there is always enough. There's enough food, there's enough toilet paper, even if we're running out, we're in a shortage. You know what? There's water. There are plenty of ways to wash your root chakra. There are. And there is enough water. There is enough everything. And so this to me is stepping out of scarcity consciousness. Like, we're going to run out of this, we're going to run out of that. We are provided for. Spirit has our back, especially as we say yes to what our soul is calling us to do. It's really potent and powerful messages. I'm going to jump now into the unicorns and see, whoa, that is like way too much. Okay. Beautiful. 3 cards popped out. We have confirmation of freedom. Freedom from your animal spirits. And freedom from the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful unicorn oracle. Live wild and free. Choose your freedom and claim your independence. Possibility. Raise your standards. Elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potential. And gentleness. Be kind to yourself, others. Honor your gentleness and speak words of love. So this to me is, say yes to you. Say yes to where your soul is asking you to live fiercely, to live passionately, to claim your independence from the past. You know, you don't live there anymore. You learned from those places. They were beautiful teachers. But we all come to a place within our lives where we look at the past, what's happened, and where we want to go. And we're like, well, this is where I am now. The past no longer exists. The future is, well, whatever I make it. So what am I going to do? And it comes into responsibility. So it really is our free will to choose the possibility to raise our standards for ourselves, for the people around us, raise our standards in our work environments, raise our standards with our friendships, raise our standards with how we treat ourselves, body, mind, and soul. You know, there's a freedom and an independence going on right now that we get to claim. And then as we're claiming this independence, like, be gentle with you. I have to be really compassionate with myself. And I don't mean to project myself onto all of you, but I'm a human that's lived and I've gone through a lot. And with what I've gone through, I've taken the time to learn and reflect. And the importance of being gentle with ourselves and releasing fear, releasing guilt, and releasing shame, that can be oftentimes tied to our past learning experiences, is necessary. You know, we may be spiritual beings, we may be intuitive, we may be psychic, we may be this, that, and the other thing, blessed with all these divine gifts, but we're all learning and we're all growing and we're all having a human experience. And in that, there's a gentleness to be embraced for ourselves when dealing with ourselves and our own growth, and a gentleness with dealing with others and then they're growing and learning and discovering. We can only change when we have the awareness to change. And awareness comes to different people at different times. But we're in spring. It's a dawn of a new day. the dawn of a new time. And with the new moon that's coming up, we're going to have the real 2020 is going to be setting in. And it's exciting how we get to move forward together in these new, innovative, solution, heart-based ways is beautiful. So be gentle with yourself, be gentle with others. And if you come into conflict with others, honor your gentleness. Feel free to remove yourself from drama and just know that you're worthy of love from yourself and others. I'm going to pull our last deck and get a message from Kuan Yin. Feel really good. Beautiful. We have 3 cards pop out. I highly recommend looking up the angel number 333 because there seems to be a lot of 3s going on today. We have Dynasty of the Divine Mother coming out. Mother of Mercy, card number 19, which is the 10, which speaks to completions. It's also 1, the self, magnified. And then we have the Yin Empress, 4, magnified by 0. So I'm going to read Dynasty of the Divine Mother. The only wish of the Divine Mother Goddess is that all beings be spiritually free. The Divine Goddess calls us to realize our true nature, to fall in love with our own divinity, enlightenment. Because enlightenment is a culmination of many small steps, each one as a drop of water forming a divine ocean of peace, realization, love, and unity within us. An ocean that washes away fear, separation, and scarcity, and bathes us in abundance and bliss. You carry the torch of enlightenment within you, beloved. Let it shine each day. Sometimes we imagined enlightened beings to be another species to everyday humans. Yet there is an old Eastern saying that goes, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, and carry water. Enlightenment is made manifest through small actions we take each day. Sometimes the smallest action can feel like an enormous leap, and yet, when the action is taken, we realize that the journey into peace is something we can choose to take at any moment. The dynasty of the Divine Mother is her spiritual legacy, her endless compassion for human suffering, and her intent to lift humanity out of ignorance into peace, which shines through the Oriental goddesses like Kuan Yin, Green Tara, and Mazu. This oracle indicates that your spiritual legacy is important on this planet. You are a channel for the destiny and dynasty of the Divine Mother, for enlightenment of all beings. We contribute to the Divine Mother's dynasty through our choices and creations, from the inner thoughts we hold to the projects in which we invest time, energy, and money. These become part of the spiritual legacy we pass on to generations to come. The Divine Mother now guides you to realize that your soul is moving closer to personal enlightenment. and is beginning to live from it moment to moment. The more you choose to notice and appreciate these moments, the more they will happen for you. It is a realization of your own process of and the process of your own realization taking place. It is a very exciting, and yet it will not take you away from the world or your loved ones, as you might have feared subconsciously, beloved. It will simply make your light stronger, bringing blessings and peace through your being into the world and your relationships each day. Your personal enlightenment will help the planet in so many ways. You will become a stronger spiritual light to which others can look so that they can find their way more clearly. You are being asked to surrender ideas about what enlightenment may look like or feel like, and to realize where it is already emerging within you. You will also receive guidance about your spiritual practice on a daily basis soon. You may be drawn to meditate in a different way, to work with sacred words and prayers, Tai Chi or Qigong, healing arts, or to get acupuncture or massage more regularly. Listen to your heart. It knows unity, and it has the seed of enlightenment already within it. And follow your inner guidance. There is a luminous pathway to divine realization in living your everyday enlightenment. The Divine Mother has gratitude for you as a part of her spiritual legacy. A member of the dynasty of the Divine Mother. This card is also guidance not to fear if your spiritual path appears to be losing some focus to matters in the day-to-day world. Your spiritual focus will return when the time is right, but for now, look to what is happening in your life as spiritual practice and trust you are progressing with perfection. Enlightenment doesn't have to happen in an obviously spiritual place. Our life can be a temple for our soul growth if we are open to it for the heart. Your heart rests, let your heart rest peaceful, knowing that your spiritual light is shining bright and growing deep. Prayer to the dynasty of the Divine Mother. Beloved Kuan Yin, Green Tara, Mazu, Goddess of the Divine Mother, please help me to live my life, to live my enlightenment in each day, to know my own self, and to live the beauty and bliss with peace in my heart. Thank you for your help. Om Shanti. I feel your peace in my heart now. May all beings feel and know this peace within. Om Shanti, Om Mane Padme Hum. Now the Mother of Mercy. Just like the sun that shines brightly, casting a strong shadow, your growing spiritual power needs to be expressed with the awareness that will have an effect on others, even if you're not completely conscious of that effect. To create peace in the expression of your power, we call upon the Mother of Mercy. Mercy tempers great strength and power with kindness, gentleness, compassion, and caring. The Divine Kuan Yin brings the quality of mercy to you now as a gift, encouraging you to cultivate mercy in your dealings with others and to receive it for yourself now too. Dispensations of mercy come when we are without recourse. We have perhaps lost our way, become unable to find our way, or have caused some great effect, for better or worse, that we did not intend. It might even be through our own hands that we have caused a situation without intention or malice. We just processed in a certain way because we had not yet learned the wisdom needed to avoid it. Or perhaps our own guidance led us into darkness consciously so that we could learn something valuable, and we are a bit stuck. We may have perhaps been causing harm to others through our own unconsciousness. We could be suffering from a heavy karmic lesson from this or another lifetime, and our soul may be struggling to really integrate the lesson and feel free to rise up and move on. Perhaps we are in a situation with another where we hold great power. It might be as a parent, a teacher, a healer, or boss. It might even be in a less obvious position of power, where we could take advantage of another's care for us to secure what we want. These situations call for the quality of divine mercy. Divine mercy from the Heavenly Mother brings us to a place where we can stop the cycle of manipulation or being manipulated, of unkindness or unconsciousness. To pray for mercy is a powerful prayer. Kuan Yin drops nectar of mercy from her ivory vase into the hearts of those that call to her. If you are in a situation on either side of the story where you feel powerful or disempowered, where there is manipulation, fear, struggle, hurt, or suffering, call upon the Mother of Mercy now. You are guided by this oracle to accept her gift to you, even if the situation doesn't seem too dramatic. Fortunately enough, her gift will abate any karmic escalation and prevent the situation from becoming any worse. It will even help to undo the negative effects of what has already unfolded. This spiritual assistance is offered to humanity from a place of loving respect, kindness, and great spiritual power. Blessings to Kuan Yin, Mother of Mercy, who watches over us with attentive love and cares for our spiritual progress. Mother of Mercy, so loves my soul. The nectar of mercy brings peace and bliss untold. I open my heart now to this endless love and peace, which the grace of Kuan Yin helps me to reach. Om Mani Padme Hum. And lastly, the Yin Empress. The Yin Empress brings peace, prosperity, and success to her beloved devotees. Your sole purpose includes healing and empowerment of the Divine Feminine, the Yin Empress herself. You gain power, assistance, and untold blessing in following your soul purpose. You are lifted and supported in your sacred work now. You are a spiritual leader and a pioneer, and part of what you are here to do for the planet on a soul level, whether you are a man or a woman, is to empower the Divine Feminine, the cosmic Empress of Yin, or Divine Feminine energy, so that we might live in more balance as a species on Earth. The Divine Feminine is not only making her resurgence on this planet, and many do not understand her. Your sacred task, for which you will be richly supported, nourished, and rewarded, is to help live her truths now. In doing so, you are planting seeds of awareness and experiencing for others to draw from when they too are ready to live into her sacred truths. We will explain why at times you feel you do not fit into the current culture. You are not meant to, because you are meant to help grow and change. In the same way that beloved Kuan Yin had a rebellious and compassionate streak and did not fit into the world in a way that it was, because she was born to help it heal and ascend. So too does your soul yearn to make a real difference in this world, to help it be free of fear that leads to competition and domination and power struggles, and instead to live from a place of love and peace. The gifts of the Yin Empress are experienced through your feminine power, which is accessed through living your heart's truth, your genuine values, and your fierce gentleness. Femininity is not weak, nor is it aggressive. It is fierce compassion that refuses to descend into judgment, and if it does, it rises again and again to compassion over and over and over again. Men and women in touch with their feminine power are able to love, to have compassion, to be truthful, and to honor what really matters to them, whether it fits with contemporary cultural values or not. They realize that they are helping to create a new culture with wiser values. Living this way not only feels better and more truthful, it also leads to a successful life with much creativity, positive contribution, personal empowerment, and satisfying relationships, not to mention inspiration for others to draw from so that they may grow too. You are being asked to live in your feminine power now, to be true to who you are, and not give in to social conditioning that tells you feminine power is not enough, that you must compromise your values, your beliefs, or your compassion to get ahead or come out on top. You do not have to live that way. You are being empowered to live from your heart and realize that this is not only enough, it is a blessing for all. The Yin Empress thanks you for your loving devotion to serve her and shines blessings upon you now, beloved. Prayer to the Yin Empress. Divine Yin Empress, Mother of Compassion, Kuan Yin, Om Namaha. Peace, grace, light, and peace, grace, light, and feminine power. Infuse your being within my heart now. May I be a vessel of the grace and healing of the divine feminine. May I live my soul truths on this planet. May fear and anger be softened with love. May I find the true nature of my spiritual power, and may I align with you, beloved, into eternal grace of divine love. May devotion to the Yin Empress and her wish for all beings to be spiritually free grows in my heart now. I receive your love and protection. Om Mane Padme Hum. The dynasty of the feminine is rising. The yin, receptive nature of us all, our heart-centered compassion, our solution-based thinking and decisions, win-win situations, where everyone is allowed to rise and thrive, is what we're stepping into now. Stepping into our soul and our truth so that we can be healing for ourselves and for all those around us. I really, really resonate with this message of standing in our truth, in our power, in a loving, gentle way that is above competition, that is above fear, You know, when we were talking of the Mother of Mercy and the ways that we have unknowingly hurt others, and or sometimes we were just immature or in a bad spot, it's taking responsibility for where we were at the time and knowing that now that we know better, we can do better. And that's where mercy for ourselves comes in, when we are reflecting and looking at the past and the decisions that we've made. We know how we want to be now. We know how we want to move forward. Many of us have to learn the hard way. Many of us have to go through a dark night of the soul where we go through traumas and tribulations and darkness and confusion and addiction and death and darkness in all of its forms, because we find what we are made of, the truth of who we are. We learn from those situations. We gain wisdom. And it's important to have mercy for ourselves. We are who we are now. And we get to walk in the truth of that light and the wisdom of the current now, and allow others to learn from it too. You know, the mistakes we made in our teens and our 20s, the mistakes we may have made yesterday or 5 moments ago, it's all learning. It's all fertilization for healing and growth and heart-centeredness. So I know a lot of us are going through deaths and transformations, and I honor that. I honor that for some, things are scary. But it's going to be beautiful, and I'm not afraid. And I'm here with all of you, loving all of you, supporting all of you in your spiritual journeys and the reclamation of your voice, and standing in your gentleness and in your love and being receptive. Sorry, there's a wasp. There's a wasp on my window screen. And wasps are powerful teachers. You know, they exist for a reason. And their sting hurts like nothing else. Sometimes life stings. But we'll always come out the other side wiser, stronger, and loving. So I love you all. Be gentle with yourselves. Be gentle with each other. I love you. And remember this beautiful, beautiful prayer of Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. It can be said for ourselves. It can be said for another. It's very powerful and distance healing. Sorry if my nose is itchy. Maybe I'll kiss a fool. We'll see. So thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. It is my deepest and most sincere intentions that this reading provides insight, empowerment, love, and support, clarity of direction for all of you. Until I see you again, please be well, be healthy, be happy. I raise you up in my heart, and I really hope you claim this personal freedom and allow yourself to rise and shine so that you can be an infinite support to all those around you. So I'm gonna kind of clear the space one last time. I feel like it's broken up. Or we're just pretty clear. A little for me, a little for you. And until next time, please like, subscribe, share, follow, leave a suggestion. I am coming up with a schedule. I think I'm going to be doing readings twice a week, a gong bath once a week, kind of midweek, and then a class once a week. So you'll get a couple of readings kind of for the beginning of the week and then one towards the end of the week. And then we'll have like a midweek gong bath sound session. And then we'll either do one class a week or two classes a week. Let me know. Please, your comments, your input means everything to me. Your interaction, your receptivity warms my heart. Your love and support on this baby channel means everything to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and may you be infinitely blessed. Happy spring equinox. I hope it is a beautiful, bountiful, blissful spring season for all of you. And until next time, love and blessings.